welcome to the show. Have you ever tried to lose weight? Maybe to get back into those pre-pregnancy jeans or put on that bathing suit again? It's not that easy, right? I know, I don't find it that easy. Well, a few pounds is one thing. Imagine losing 100 or more. How difficult would that be? How different would you feel? And what if you gained it all back? Yes, we're talking about obesity and weight loss today. Now, it seems we're always talking about it, it's us girls, but it seems more so lately. Former talk show host Ricki Lake is on the cover of Us magazine right now. She has dropped more than 100 pounds and now is posing in a bathing suit. And in People magazine this week, the headline, How They Lost 100 Pounds. Well, my first guests know exactly what it's like to fight obesity, and they're certainly not alone in this country. Take a look. Even if you're way overweight, sometimes it's hard to face the facts. In Canada, 1/3 of the population is overweight. There's overweight, and then there's obese. They say that 500,000 Canadians are morbidly obese. That means that 40% of your body weight is fat. For example, if you are a 5-foot 5-inch woman and you weigh 180 pounds, you are obese. If you're 5'11" man and weigh more than 215 pounds, you are obese. The extra pounds can lead to life-threatening illnesses. But how to lose all that weight? Gastric bypass or stomach stapling is touted as a surefire way to drop the pounds. But studies show that 10 years after surgery, many people regain the weight. Well, here to share their first-hand experience with extreme weight loss, please welcome Rosemary Anderson and Valerie Liberty. Thanks for coming on, you guys, to tell us your stories. Rosemary, let me start with you. Just tell us briefly your story with weight challenges.
Well, I didn't have a weight challenge, I think, till after I got married. I was pretty well on normal weight, and I married a guy who was a nice, big, husky guy, and he liked square meals. So I started cooking square meals and eating them. And I think it gradually came on, and periodically I took a few diets, but came back, and by the time I got to about 60 years old, I was 317 pounds. And at that point, my knees were giving me a lot of trouble from osteoarthritis, and I couldn't get the knee operation I wanted, the replacements, because I was overweight.
Right.
So I had to do something about it, and I thought I'd try Weight Watchers again. This would be the third time at Weight Watchers. And I went on it, and I stuck to it, and it took me nearly 2 years, but I did lose 112 pounds. Well, I had the knee replacements, which was wonderful, and everything was great after that, but I relaxed and started eating again and gradually put back another 60 pounds. So wow. I'm back almost where I started, and I've got to go back on the wagon again.
Okay, I want to get back to some of the details in your story, but first of all, Valerie, can you tell us your sort of story?
Well, unlike Rosemary, I've struggled with weight pretty much always. I went on my first diet when I was 10 years old. I went to see a diet doctor when I was 12 to learn about nutrition and low fat, and dieted through my teens, up and down, until I was in my first year of college, and I weighed 215 pounds. Did a big diet at that point in time and lost about 80 pounds and thought that was it, I had it fixed. And I didn't. Very shortly thereafter I started regaining, and then spent the next years, probably until my mid-30s, going up and down. I'd lose a little, I'd gain it back, I'd lose a little, I'd gain it back. And pretty much gave up hope. By the time I hit my mid-30s, I thought that was it. And I decided that a gastric bypass was the only way that I was ever going to lose the weight.
That's the stomach staple.
That's the stomach staple,
they call it, yeah.
I had that in 1999. Had great success. I lost 120 pounds. I had gone into the surgery at 340. So I lost 120. I was down to about 220. And started to put it back on again. And couldn't believe it, watched myself go right back up. I went all the way up to 300 over the next 5 years. And then I was really at my wit's end. I thought there was no way I was ever going to be able to ever be a normal weight. And in 2003, I started a low-carb diet, and that...
The Atkins...
Basically, yeah, basically Atkins. And that was the ticket for me. I started losing. I lost 100 pounds in about 10 months. And have kept that 100 pounds off for the last 2.5 years and lost about another 30.
Wow.
I'm right now 1/2 of my top weight ever. I'm at 170 and my top weight had been 340.
We have some pictures, some before and after pictures. Let's have a look. I think we have Valerie's first. So that's, wow, that's you, eh?
Yeah.
And there you are.
Yes.
That's roughly the half that you were talking about.
That was my wedding 6 months ago.
Did you, let me ask both of you guys, did you have a moment where you sort of, when you made that decision that this was the time to stop, what was your aha moment, as they say? I mean, what was the thing when you said, okay, enough's enough?
I think when I was just coming up to my 60th birthday, and I was getting a few gray hairs, and I had a few wrinkles, and my knees were killing me, and I was 317, and I thought, you know, let's either do something or walk in front of a bus or something. But, you know, you're just at the point where you're desperate, and I had tried diets before on my own, and I thought, well, I've got to do it. And I think the motivation was getting my knees done. That was what kept me on it. I think I've got to be able to walk again comfortably when I don't want to have a cane or a wheelchair in 5 years.
Right. So we can see your before and after picture, too. That's before. Yeah, it's an incredible difference, eh? I mean, that's what I, you know, as I said in the intro, I can't imagine